Welcome back. Thursday lunchtime, the Constitutional Court has been tasked with deciding who can access confidential taxpayers' information. This is an important case. It's after SARS approached the High Court seeking an order declaring the taxpayer information is confidential. It follows an attempt by the Public Protector, Busisiwe Mkhwebane, to get access to former President Jacob Zuma's tax records. Earlier, the court heard from both SARS and the Public Protector. Let's pull all of that together. Reporter Masego Rahlaga is in the newsroom for us. Very quickly, Masego, I've given a bit of background. Anything you can add to that?
Well, Jeremy, remember this case started when there was that release of that book by journalist Jacques Poe, The President's Keeper. And in that book, he mentions that the former president used to get a 1.5 million rand payment into his account monthly since around 2007. From there, the then leader of the Democratic Alliance, Mmusi Maimane, asked Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane as the Public Protector to investigate this matter. Now, it meant, Jeremy, that the Public Protector would, she decided that she would need to get tax records from President Jacob Zuma. Mind you, Jeremy, this company we're talking about, Royal Security, is a company owned by a businessman in KZN who has very powerful links to politicians within the ANC. So there was a red flag about the possibility of corruption there, and that's why the former leader of the DA went to ask the Public Protector to then investigate. Now, fast forward, Jeremy, in November of last year, the former president, did tweet that he can give consent to the Public Protector to get his tax records. But of course, she subpoenaed the Commissioner of SARS to give her the tax records of the former president. And of course, SARS was going on, the act, the Tax Administration Act, that said that they had the obligation to protect the information, the personal information of every taxpayer, and they went to court on that to ask that the High Court in Pretoria make a judgment on this matter. And the High Court in Pretoria this year in March said that the Public Protector basically flouted the law and that she is not allowed to subpoena SARS to give her the tax records of taxpayers. All
right, so leading on from that then, this is all about the protection of privacy of you and me as taxpayers. What arguments have been put forward today?
Essentially, this case is important, Jeremy, because it basically is a case of public interest versus the protection of privacy. So what happened in court today is that so far Advocate Dalimpofu, who is for the Public Protector, has been speaking. His argument essentially is that the Public Protector believes that she has a constitutional right to be able to subpoena SARS. But of course, from the side of the SARS Commissioner himself, even the argument that they presented in the High Court in Pretoria earlier this year is that, they have an obligation to protect the privacy of every taxpayer. In fact, Jeremy, I'm just going to look at that Tax Administration Act of 2011 for a little bit to tell you that it says that a SARS official can divulge taxpayer information in order to administrate a tax act. It says that the Public Protector can only ask SARS to give her this information if she approaches the court, and then the court decides that SARS must give her, the onus to look at a person's tax records. But what they are saying is that she cannot come directly to them, to SARS, to subpoena them, to give them these records. But Advocate Dalimpofu is saying that the Public Protector should be above basically this tax law, giving her a constitutional right to be able to ask for these records or subpoena the Commissioner of SARS.
And I think in that respect, if I'm not mistaken, we can hear from the advocate. Let's see if we can play that.
Why was it not sought from the taxpayer? Why was there this persistence to get it from the commissioner? Specifically, after you were in that meeting with the commissioner or with SARS, where SARS expressed reservations about whether they were allowed to disclose it to you.
Yes. Two answers, Justice Chick. Firstly, it doesn't matter what SARS says. So we can't just go to a taxpayer or rather anybody when we're investigating and say, can you please give us the information? They say, no, we're not allowed to. And then say, okay, bye-bye.
Well, Section 69 tells you to do that. It says you've got a right to do that.
Yes, but Justice Chikwi, remember, there's no Section 69. The primary mechanism for the Public Protector is the Public Protector Act. So you mustn't assume that she has read every statute in South Africa. So at that point, she says, I want the information using the primary tool available to me.
The advocate Dali Mpofu and Masego Rahlaga with the report. Thank you very much indeed. Now,